Hey y'all, welcome to Get It Right. I'm T. Car chatting, y'all. Liv's life is trolling and it is hilarious. Girl, this girl been on one for 3 days, y'all. I love it here. It is so funny to me because she started off with this lady is obsessed with me piece, went all in on that reactor, talked about the girl's baby, her wound, how the lady looked, how the lady ran up on her up in a courthouse at some point. Girl, just a mess. So that was funny. But what really had me crying was when she came back the same day to explain that she's not upset with the fact that her son was having a birthday party. She came, that was her reason for coming, but that conversation, of course, turned into her baby daddy don't really love him, don't really love the kids, because if he really loved the kids, he would let them call her. You know, if the stepmom, his new wife, is a doormat, she feels sorry for her. This lady went on and on and on and on about this for like 3 hours, you guys. That was Sunday. Here she come Monday with some more, same, you know. And then what really had me crying on the Monday one, or maybe this was Sunday, I don't remember. She said, and I quote, "I moved out of my sister's house so that I could do this." This being get on the phone, go live, and talk shit and be irate. And I'm just like, wow. Of course, she tried to backtrack and say, you know, that she loves her family and she didn't want what's happening to her with, as far as like the internet stalkers, people, you know, digging up addresses and doxing and stuff like that. She tried to backtrack and say she didn't want that to happen to her sister, so it's her decision to leave her sister's house. But I do not believe that at all. Mind you, about 8 weeks ago, Liv told us that she did not live with her sister and she had her own place. Do y'all remember that? Listen, I'm not the type of reaction channel to go like digging up what people said to like show proof of what they said. Like, y'all, if you guys were here, you guys seen it, you know she said it. She literally said, because the streets was talking, saying that she was living with her sister and that's why she had this newfound, you know, belief in Jesus Christ and things are peaceful and God is love and I'm calm now and this is the new me, etc., etc. And the streets was like, girl, this is literally because you are in an environment where you can't let loose, you can't cut up. As soon as you get out of that environment, you're going to be back to cutting up. And she came to address that. She said, you guys, I am in my own environment. I have my own place. You know, this is not an act. This is really me. I'm not hiding anything from anybody. And here we are, like, I don't know, 60 days later, boom. She admits to not having her own place. She admits to leaving her sister's place because she couldn't cut up like the way she's cutting up. And she went as far as to having to get a housemate in order to be able to sit up on live and talk shit on the internet. Girl, I cannot make this stuff up. This is crazy. Imagine uprooting your life to better yourself, to save money. You have a place for you and your kids to go, a safe place for you and your kids to go, where you can stack bread, you know, pull your resources together, and then, you know, in a year or two or whatever the case may be, you can come out on top. You can come out far ahead because you saved so much money. You have more resources. And you decide to throw that away so that you can come online and talk shit every day. Girl, this is Unbelievable. So that really threw me back when she said, I left there so that I can do this. I was like, did she just say that? Girl, I had to rewatch it because I was like, well, shit, at least she didn't lie about it, you know? But at the same time, it just goes to show you, like, the mindset. It's not, I don't know. It's not clicking. It's not clicking. So then she comes back and now she's reacting to YouTube streets gossip. Like, she's talking about alleged husbands, how people are faking being married. She gets to talking about how there's a lady with 9 kids. We know, obviously, she's talking about Strong Mommy Chrissy, who, in her mind, she's probably dating Strangler Bay, which is somebody that Chrissy dated publicly a while back, broke up. She's alleging that, or proposing that maybe that's the reason why Chrissy won't show her husband, because it's him. She gets to scrolling through pictures of people just like on some straight troll shit, y'all. Like, she's showing pictures of Jasmine. She's showing pictures of Gerard. She's showing pictures of her other baby daddy, Zolo. Also, what threw me all completely back was when she had the picture of Zolo on her phone, which is her little boy's baby dad. She asking a little boy, who is this? Who is this? And what's your daddy name? And the little baby is calling that man daddy. And Liv is like, what's his name? And her son don't know his daddy's name. He's calling his dad, which was the picture she was showing him. He's calling him a whole nother man's name. And the little baby is calling the picture on the phone daddy. Like, that baby don't know who her dad is. Like, what the hell, girl? So it was just, to me, like, it was a whole complete shit show, y'all. I was flabbergasted. Do you hear me? She like, oops. Like, she's showing pictures of people she should not have pictures of in her phone. Then somebody in the comments was like, they know where she live and they know her address, and tried to dox her. And she straight up was like, I don't play with addresses. I don't do that. And I remember her doxing somebody. I remember her doxing another creator in their whole little mommy gang. When the whole little beef popped off with them a while back, that lady was ready to beat that girl up. Like, and she says, I've never done that. And I'm just like, girl, if I was a keypad warrior, like, on the live to, like, be entertained, I would have, like, immediately typed that. But I don't have time for all that. Because she just would have denied it. Everything that Liv does, she later claims that she forgot that she did it or she didn't do it. When there is literal receipts out here of the shit that you've done, it is fascinating to me how scrambled she be. Like, for instance, she doxed that lady. Here somebody is doxing her and she's like, I don't play like that. I don't play with people's addresses. But you literally have played with people's address. One time Liv did a panel where she let the people call in because she was really emotional about why, you know, her audience treats her the way that they do, and why are black women so mean to her. And a lot of people came on her panel gently telling her, like, you have talked about the deceased. You talked about your ex-sister-in-law's deceased son. And she was like, I don't remember doing that. Like, you guys, there is, at this point, I'm getting ready to stop talking about Olivia because I feel like she is mentally something. I'm not want to say mentally challenged, because that's, I don't, you know, I don't want to just be throwing out diagnosis stuff. But I think she has some kind of mental block or something. Like, something is going on there. When we all heard her do it, then that wasn't even 6 months ago, you guys, where she was crying on the panel saying she didn't remember doing that. Here she is again today, spitting, literally doing a p on a deceased woman's grave, because she says it's because that lady is obsessed with her and won't leave her alone. And you should let the dead rest, ma'am. Ooh, Liv, you then in the same breath said she was blessed and God is protecting her. And you know, that may be true. God protects us all, and God knows a fool, okay? So, and God protects fools. So, you know, maybe God is protecting her because the audacity of you to not once but twice, you know, spit on that lady's grave and then say that you're being protected by God is unreal to me. That's unreal to me. Y'all, it was a mess. It was a mess. And I still keep just going back to the fact that you left, according to you left your home where the plan was to stay there probably till you got done with school and got up on your feet and got a job. You intercepted that plan to leave there, get a housemate, to sit on the couch and talk about people. I just find that to be so, I don't know. It can't be a step in the right direction. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think Liv was spooked by that comment? Or is Liv trolling based on her erratic behavior and everything that she's been talking about? She's been calling people out, showing photos of folks. I think this girl is trolling. I think she's just looking for a fat check. And you know, unfortunately, that beefs and shit talking and fighting is what gets views, unfortunately, for her channel. And I think this is just a play to, you know, beef up the views. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Bye. You know, and I do understand, as a grown woman with 2 kids, you need to be able to move around. And it's hard living under someone else's roof. It's hard to move around. I get that. Let alone sit up on the phone all day and talk shit. Like, I know if I had a family member living in my house and that was their main objective, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want nobody living in my house doing that. So, I mean, I do get why she said she did that. She left there so she could do that. But also at the same time, while you're, you know, getting your life together and getting better for your kids so they can have a brighter future and you could have an education, it just doesn't, that those two things don't align. They don't align. So in the last live Liv's Life did, she wasn't really talking about nothing, and somebody came into the chat with a really like creepy comment, and the comment said basically like, I know it gave the address to allegedly where Liv's Life is currently living, with the name of the person, of the owner of the home, along with a comment that says something like, I will always find you, you could go live in a cardboard box and I'll still know where to find you, and until you do right by your children, basically stay offline. And Liv abruptly ended the live. So again, I feel like she's trolling, because literally the live before this, somebody was saying they knew where she was, and she was like, that's not where I am. Why would you want to dox me? I ain't never doxed. And that's when I went into that whole spiel about her doxing another creator on YouTube. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think Liv was spooked by that comment? Or is Liv trolling based on her erratic behavior and everything that she's been talking about? She's been calling people out, showing photos of folks. I think this girl is trolling. I think she's just looking for a fat check. And you know, unfortunately, that beefs and shit talking and fighting is what gets views, unfortunately, for her channel. And I think this is just a play to, you know, beef up the views. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Bye.